to be able to get today.
Okay. We're live.
Can you pull me up on the big screen?
No.
Folks, how you doing today? Thanks for joining us. It's the Cougars against the it's Oregon against the Capital Pioneers today. We'll see how this game goes. Both teams sitting at 1-2, looking for the playoffs and looking for playoff seedings as that goes. Again, I'm up here running the camera by myself, so I apologize if it's not great camera work. I promise you we're doing the best to try to get you some different camera people as we can, but I'm going to do the best I can. I will call the play-by-play so you'll at least know what's going on. So I'll get the camera the best I can. I got a sideline reporter today that's going to be on the field. She will get us some interviews, possibly during the game, definitely at halftime, as far as that goes. So now just waiting for kickoff. As you see, the team's about to take the field here. By the way, if anyone wants to come help the Coast to Coast Network, we need some help. So we'll do the best we can to get you the audio as well. The audio might be a little shoddy. We're up in a different booth today. Again, I go to these places not knowing what the audio is going to be like. So we're here at West Salem High School in Salem, Oregon. And we are going to start here momentarily. Go Cougs already is up. Tamra is saying go Cougs. You see him walk into the middle of the field as we'll do the coin toss. We're going to try something different with the score today, so we won't have the score up. We'll try to scroll it across the bottom today, try to make it a little easier for you guys to see the score of what's going on. Now, what we decided we're doing today, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do that today to try to get it the best we can there for you. Capital Pioneers, it's going to be the coin toss here. And it looks like the Pioneers so the Cougars will receive first. The Pioneers defer to the second half. So the Cougars will receive the ball here to start the game. And momentarily, we will start that game for you. And we'll get you the widest camera angle we can to see the Cougars receive the ball. So 1-2 on the season come into this game, do the Cougars.
Yeah, I think both teams are.
Both teams are 1-2, you're correct, and they're looking for whichever team wins this takes over first place in the Western Conference. So of the Division III here for the WFA. So it's a big game as far as both teams are concerned. And week 5 is, again, we got the Oregon Cougars against the Capital Pioneers. Cougars receiving the kick. As they're getting the kick all lined up here. There's the kick. Going down, it is fielded. Oh, it bounces back to about the 11-yard line. It's picked up and returned by number 24, Cougars, and it's returned up to the 21-yard line. So a 10-yard return there from number 24. So they'll start on offense here from the 21-yard line. Dial that in a little bit for you. Nothing here as we start the first quarter. 4:52 after the 10-yard kick return. So the Cougars will start on offense here from the officially the 22-yard line. There's the snap. There's the handoff. That's number 24 coming up the left side, pushed out of bounds for a 6-yard run. Are we going 6? Are we going 5 on that? Waiting for the official call here. And it's going to be second down. And that was a gain of 4. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 now from the 26-yard line. So the Cougars from their own 26-yard line, 2nd and 6. There's the snap. There's the handoff. That's right up the middle. That is to about the 29-yard line. As that is a run again by number 24. And that is a 3-yard gain to the 29-yard line. It's now 3rd and 3. So we're going 3rd and 2 now from the just outside the 30-yard line. So it's a long 1, a short 2. There's the handoff once again, right up the middle, but looked like stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th down. No gain on that run as they went straight up the middle with number 20, Kifferly. So a no gain. 4th and 2 now for the Cougars from just outside the 30-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do here on this play. And it looks like Horner will be back to make the first punt of the game. And there goes the punt. Picked up at about the 45. But right there on the tackle, big special teams tackle, big open field tackle by number 7, Alana Talapu, with a huge tackle on the defensive side of the ball. And that punt went, 30. So it went about 25 yards on the punt, on the first punt of the game. So not a horrible punt as far as that goes. 25 on the net, and that knocked them back a little bit. They're actually starting outside the 40-yard line now. And it'll be 1st and 10 here. Again, I'll do the best I can with the camera, but I'll have you the play-by-play so you'll know what's going on. There's 1st and 10 now from the 40. There's the snap, the run up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles down to about the 46. Tackled by number 24. Kochever right there with the tackle. Gain of 15. All right, now 1st down from the 41-yard line of the Cougars as the Pioneers march here. In motion, there goes the pitch, the run straight up the middle. But a nice tackle in the backfield by number 22. That's Stephanie Martinez with a big tackle on the defensive side of the ball, and no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers. I think officially they'll call it 2nd and 9, but it's a long 9, so 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 9 now for the Pioneers here from the 40-yard line. Cougars on defense dropping back. Tackle right in the middle of the field by number 64, Brittany Pianchi. We're going to hear her name a lot tonight. Brittany Pianchi with her first tackle. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 from the 36-yard line of the Cougars. Still a nothing game here in the first quarter, 10-25 and counting as we go here in the first quarter. Now from the 36-yard line, 2nd and 5 for the Pioneers. There's the snap. Looks, throws, and it's incomplete on the throw. Looks like the right there on the coverage was number 64, Brittany Pianchi. That'll make it a 4th and 5 now for the Pioneers. So 4th and 5 from the 36-yard line. With the incompletion, the clock stops at 10:05 here in the first quarter. We thank you for watching Coast to Coast Entertainment Network, coming to you live here with the Cougars game. 4th and 5 from the 36. Looks like motion, looked like they're going to go for it. There's the snap, the run, and down out at about the 21-yard line by a host of Cougars there. Number 64 on the tackle, number 12 on the tackle, and number 7. So Talapu, Pianchi, and Adriana Vasquez right there all on the tackle on that play. Now down to about the 25-yard line of the Pioneers, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the Cougars' 25-yard line, go to the Pioneers. There's the snap, the run again to number 3 up the middle, and tripping her up right in the middle of the field and making the tackle. Looking like a Cougar player is down on the field, so we're waiting to see who that is. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from inside the 25. Again, an injury timeout here on the field as we wait. You can see how much the wind is blowing. That shirt is not a camera error. That is how the wind is blowing here in West Salem. The wind is blowing quite hard. So field goals could be quite interesting today. Here we got the clock stopped with 9:15 left in the first quarter. Here a nothing game. Awaiting to see the injury on the field. Everything I'm seeing, that's number 8, Catherine Alvarez, down on the field. But it looks like she's getting up, able to walk off under her own power. That's always a good sign. She will have to leave the game for at least one play. That's the rule. Whenever you get a timeout stopped on you for the injury. So now we're going to go with a second and 9 now from the 24-yard line, just outside the 24-yard line. I think it's 2nd and 8 officially for the Pioneers. There's the snap. There's the run up the middle. Stopped by a whole host of Cougars on that play. For Pianki, number 12, that is Vasquez, and number 67, Richardson, right in the middle of all of that.
Who was on the tackle?
Richardson was the first one in on the tackle. Teresa Richardson was the one right in the middle of all of that on the tackle. But she was assisted by Pianki and Vasquez as well. There comes the snap now, 3rd and 9, dropping back, looking. Receiver open, dropped at about the 10-yard line. That would have been a first down and maybe a touchdown there for the Pioneers. So that will now make it 3rd and 9 from the 24-yard line. 4th and 9 from the 24-yard line. So 4th and 9 now. Big stop here coming for the Cougars. That pass incompletion stops clock at 8:22 left here in the first quarter. So 4th and 9 as the Pioneers come to the line of scrimmage, which is just outside the 24. There comes the snap. They're looking long, and right there, incomplete, almost intercepted. Very good coverage there by number 7, Alana Talapu. So they'll take over at their own 24-yard line now. Will the Cougars? It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 24. First and 10 as they come out on offense. Last offensive drive, they ended up with 7 yards and then a 25-yard punt from Horner. So here we go now from the outside the 24, about the 24-yard line. Let's call it their own 24. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Let's see what they can do on this play, on this drive. There's the snap. There's the pitch to number 24, and she's dropped at about the 15. So they officially call it the 17, so it's about a 7-yard loss. So they're saying 7 or 5. I have it closer to 7, if not 18, so a 6-yard loss on that play. Officially now 2nd and 16 for the Cougars from the 18-yard line. They gave the ball carrier forward progress on that play, so about the 18-yard line. Now 2nd and 16 for the Cougars. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of shotgun, dropping back to pass, looking long. And that was an incomplete pass in the middle of the field. It looks like the intended receiver was Alana Talapu, number 7. So now 3rd and 16 officially from the 18-yard line of the Cougars. They're on their own 18-yard line. 3rd and 16. There is the snap, the roll. So that's number 31 running out, making it a 4th down. Macy Rennan back in this game. We weren't sure if she was going to make it back in time for this game, and she's here. That was about a 4-yard run for Macy Rennan. And now 4th and 12 for the Cougars from their own 22-yard line. My guess would be we'll bring out Horner here to make the punt, and that's exactly what they're doing. Horner will come out for her second punt. Her first one went 25 yards on the net punt. There's the snap. There's the kick. That one drops at about the 32-yard line and is downed. So partially blocked on that punt from the 32. That was about a net of 10 yards on that punt, but it was partially blocked as they got their hands up to get that one down. So net of 10 yards on the punt. 6:35 here left in the first quarter. 0-0 Oregon Cougars and Capital Pioneers. Pioneers are going to take over officially at the 31, make that a 9-yard punt from Beth Horner. Again, a partial block as they got the defensive players got their hands up on that play. 31-yard line, first down now for the Pioneers. 6:35 left in the first quarter. Motion coming back, dropping back, going straight up the middle with the run, and hanging on and bringing her down. Number 12, Adriana Vasquez with a big tackle right there. Big solo tackle. Gain of about a yard. Let's call it a yard. So 2nd and 9 now for the Pioneers. And we're in West Salem, Oregon here at West Salem High School. Capital Pioneers and the Oregon Cougars. It's 6 minutes left in the first quarter. It's 0-0. Pioneers driving. The run brought down in the backfield. Number 67 and number 77 converge on that tackle. So 67 Richardson right there, the first one in the backfield, and number 77 Ollie Herbert right there for the tackle as well. So loss of 1 makes it 3rd and 10 now for the Pioneers. 3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. 5 minutes and 30 seconds counting here in the first quarter in this 0-0 game. Again, both teams coming in 1-2 on the season. Big game for both teams as they both try to push towards playoff positioning with 2 games remaining after this one in the season. So 3rd and 10 now from about the 31-yard line for the Capital Pioneers. There's the snap, dropping back, looking. They contain her very well, contain some more, up to about the 27-yard line. 27-yard line where she is taken down there by number 22. So a gain of 3 there. Tackle Richardson right there in the middle of that tackle again, and number 22 also right there. Stephanie Martinez, the linebacker right there in the middle of that. So now 4th and 7 from the 28-yard line for the Capital Pioneers. Running down to 4 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. There goes, dropping back, looking. Play in the middle of the field, and it is incomplete right there with nice defense right there by Vasquez, number 12, right there with the play to make that incomplete. So turnover on downs. The Cougars will take over now at their own 28-yard line. Back on offense come the Cougars. Again, nothing in this game as they now take over. So now take over with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left here in the first quarter of this game. Take over at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. There's the snap, the pitch to number 24, Cougars. She is across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. So that is a gain of about 3 yards. That's her 4th carry of the game already. And that's a gain of about 3 yards. It'll now make it 2nd and 7 from the 31-yard line. Cougars at their own 31-yard line. Marianne, you're welcome. We did our best. We checked with the league, and we are able to do the ticker, so you're welcome. And again, sorry about the camera work. I'm doing the best I can here by myself. But we'll keep you in the play-by-play. 2nd and 7 now. Here comes the snap. There goes the snap. There's to number 8 on that handoff. Looks like a loss of 2. Catherine Alvarez on the carry and a loss of 2. So now makes it 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8 now. 3rd and 8 from their own 30-yard line. And Mess Around's watching. He says he's not sure why I won't let him comment as himself. I'm not sure either. But at 30-yard line, 3rd and 8 now. And we got a timeout for the Pioneers. So Kyle Lassiter is watching from Lassiter. I don't want to say that wrong, so I apologize if I did. But he's watching from Alaska, so we got a viewer from Alaska in this game. 2:36 left here in the first quarter. Looks like 3rd and 8 now officially from the 30-yard line for the Cougars. Timeout on the field. It's been a pretty slow first quarter so far. As far as this game goes, it's nothing. Been a lot of rushing, a few incomplete passes from the Pioneers, but nothing materializing as far as any of that goes. So 30-yard line, 3rd and 8 now for the Cougars. That's a bad snap as it bounces first before it gets back. Rennan going back, being chased back. And getting what they can up to the 17-yard line. So ran out of bounds now officially to be at the 18-yard line as that goes. So 4th down. And let's call it a mile. They're going to bring Horner on for another punt here. Her last one went only 10 yards as it was partially blocked. So as Horner comes back here for the punt, it'll be from the 23-yard line. There it goes. That one is clean. That one's fielded at about the 38, fumbled, and then dropped at about the 41-yard line. And there was a fumble recovered by the Pioneers as they kind of got it for themselves. That was a little bit better punt. That one went 18 yards on the net, and actually will gain an extra 3 with the minus return. So it's a 21-yard net punt there from Beth Horner. And now it's at the 39-yard line, 41-yard line. 41-yard line as the Pioneers come for the first down. 1st and 10 now from the Cougars' 41-yard line. Minute 43 left here in the first quarter. There is the pass out over the head. It was a forward pass, even though it looked like a lateral. I promise you it was straight across. Sitting from up here, you could see that. Second and 10 now. 1:39 left in the first quarter. "41-yard line, second and 10 now for the Pioneers." Kyle says he's watching us. He's one of the Cougars coaches. He had to work up here and he had to leave the season early, so go Cougs. Thanks, Kyle, for all your support. We can't thank you enough. The second and 10 now from the 41-yard line for the Pioneers. Nothing game here. 1:39 left in the first quarter. There's the snap. There's a run right up the middle, coming to the side, pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line by number 26, Becky Lubon. So 3rd and 5 now from the 36-yard line of the Cougars. 3rd and 5. 1:17 and counting now, down to 1:15 as they break the huddle. They come up to the line of scrimmage at about 1:10 left in the first quarter. Call it with about 1:03. There is a huge tackle in the backfield by number 8. Catherine Alvarez with a big tackle in the backfield, and she really tackled well on that play. A big open field tackle. Now making it 4th and 8 for the Pioneers from the 39-yard line of the Cougars. Under a minute now, 37 seconds officially in the first quarter. And they're still in the huddle here with 30 seconds. Breaking the huddle at about 28 as they're coming up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 39-yard line of the Cougars, now 3rd and 8. Looks like this might be the last play of the first quarter, depending on the outcome of this play. There's a throw down, and it's pass defended there by number 7, Alana Talapu, with a big pass breakup. So now 39-yard line, and that wasn't the last play. 11 seconds left, 39-yard line. 4th and about 8 now. That was 4th down. Excuse me. I don't know what I was thinking there. I missed it down. Chris, you're supposed to help me out with that stuff. Missed it down there. That was 4th down. So a very good play there by the Cougars. It's now 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 39-yard line. And I apologize for missing that down. I'm normally better about that stuff. 11 seconds left here in the first quarter, and we get a timeout for the Oregon Cougars. Both teams using a timeout here in the first quarter. Both will have 2 left going into the second quarter. Thanks for joining Coast to Coast Entertainment Network today here from West Salem, Oregon, where we got the home team, the Capital Pioneers, and the Oregon Cougars deadlocked in a 0-0 tie at almost the end of the first quarter. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll get you an interview here at the end of the first quarter. I got a sideline reporter today. I'm not sure who she's going to grab, but she'll grab somebody. And we'll have that audio for you also. So 39-yard line for the Cougars, 1st and 10. As we run time down here in the first quarter. So we got 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They come up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap, the pitch, the run by number 24. And she is up to about the 50-yard line. 45-yard line. 45-yard line. It's about a 6-yard run there to end the first quarter. And we're going to turn it over to our sideline reporter for just a second and see who she can grab for an interview real quick at the end of the first quarter. She'll ask them how they think the first quarter went and what they need to do to improve in the second quarter and push this ball down the field. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 45-yard line when we come back right after.
All right, guys, I'm here joined by
Becky Lubon.
And how do you think the first quarter went today?
I think it's going all right. I think that we need to
probably get a little stronger on our defense and make sure we're running our routes on offense a little bit better. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. Hanging in there.
All right, thank you so much.
So we had Becky Lubon joining us there, as you saw, for the interview at the end of the first quarter. She said it went pretty well. It's a nothing game. You can't complain about being tied at the end of a quarter, because that means you're still in this game. You're not down to
I think we lost connection for a second.
Yeah, we lost Jay Mac for a second here, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened there, guys, but we did lose our play-by-play Jay Mac there, but we are figuring out. So he will be back shortly.
Mm. J-Mac should be back on here in a little bit, hopefully. We lost connection.
What was that, Chris? I'm sorry.
I was just saying that you should be back soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can, see if you can get a view of the field.
Do you want me to get a shot of the field since J-Mac's gone?
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah. We have J-Mac back, guys.
So I sincerely apologize for that. I have no idea what happened. Now we're in the second quarter, 10:58 to go. Still nothing. Cougars had a drive going. There was a couple of completions there on that play. I'm hoping Chris got all of those. I'm sorry. I was working on getting the computer back up. And now it's third and 5 from about the 38-yard line of the Cougars. Pioneers with the ball. So 3rd and 8 now for the Pioneers from the 38-yard line of the Cougars. They drop back. There's the pass in the middle of the field and a big pass defense right there in the middle by Brittany Pionki. It'll be 4th down. So it'll be 4th down now for the Pioneers. Again, nothing game. 10-11 left in the second quarter. They come up to the line of scrimmage now with a 4th and 6 officially from the 38-yard line. 4th and 6, drop back to pass, throw up the middle and throw it just short of the intended receiver, number 7, Kennedy, for the Pioneers. So the Cougars will take the ball back over now. The 38-yard line, as they'll be on the Pioneers' 38-yard line. So big possession here for the Cougars as they get good field position coming back out on offense. Can apologize for the technical issues there. That's something I've never had happen the entire time I've been doing this. Yeah, that was kind of crazy there for a minute. So 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line of the Pioneers for the Cougars. Out of shotgun formation, running back on each side, Macy Rennan throwing long down the field, intended for Alana Talapu. Seeing if there's a flag on that play. It doesn't look like there was. So timeout called by the Pioneers. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 37-yard line officially. 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. That incomplete pass now makes it 10:02 left in the second quarter. Two remaining here in the first half of this game. Still a nothing game. Cougars with the ball. at the 37-yard line of the Pioneers. Both teams coming back onto the field now for the 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass on the last play from Macy Rennan, with the intended receiver being Alana Talapu. Now 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line of the Pioneers. Cougars looking to make a splash here on this drive. Shotgun formation back to Rennan. She drops back, barely avoids the sack, and is knocked down at just past the 50-yard line as the pass is knocked down on the play also. So 3rd and 10 now from the 37 for the Cougars. Trying to get the passing game going. Running game's been working for them all year, the running game and defense. Now trying to get the passing game into the mix also. Nothing game here. 9:54 left officially in the first half. Looks like we got an official timeout on the field. Oh, wow. And so we have an offensive penalty. That'll now put them back. It's an odd number of yards. They're 37. They say intentional grounding, so the penalty actually, okay. So they called intentional grounding, moved the ball back to the penalty yardage, then picked up the flag, waved it off, and said, never mind, it's 3rd down and 10. So that's where we sit. 3rd down and 10 now from the 37-yard line of the Pioneers for the Cougars, moving in to try to score on this drive. So there we go. The handoff met at the line of scrimmage, actually knocked backwards. Forward progress will have her at the 40. And that was number 20, Jessica Kifferly, with the carry, officially a 1-yard loss. Officially a 3-yard loss. This is back to the 40. And it'll be 4th and 13, and we'll see Beth Horner on the field once again to make this punt. Her last 3 punts have gone for 29, 10, and then 18, and a net of 21 on the last one. So she stands right at the 50 to punt this one off. Punting off from the 40 is where the line of scrimmage is. So here comes Horner back for her 4th punt of the game. There's the punt, and that's a pretty good one. That one's caught and hit immediately. Caught at the 23 and knocked down at the 20. A big open field tackle by Alana Talapu. Huge there. So a nice 15-yard punt plus the 3-yard loss, gain of net of 18 on that punt there from Beth Horner. And now 8:47 left here in the first half. It's 0-0. Cougars versus the Pioneers. Big game. Both teams trying to get back to 500 on the season. It's now officially at the 23-yard line. First down for the Pioneers from their own 23. There's the handoff up the middle. Bouncing off a tackler, running down to the 40, tackled at about the 44-yard line. And Pimentel with the tackle, her first tackle of the game, probably saved, if not a longer play, a touchdown on that play for sure. So 45 out to the 45-yard line now are the Pioneers. They're on 45. as they are looking to try to end this scoreless tie. 45-yard line there is the handoff once again, and stacked up by 64 and number 8. So Brittany Pianki is there. Number 8 is there. So now 2nd and 9. Turn yours off. Get out of the thing for right now. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 9. 46-yard line. All right. 45-yard line, 2nd and 9. Hit hard at the 47-yard line in the middle of the field. That hit being put on. It's up to the 47-yard line.
Who made the
All
tackle?
right, 3rd, 8. Oh, I'm sorry. That was number 22 on that tackle. So 3rd and 8 now from the 47-yard line. There's the snap, dropping back, looking, being chased to this side. Knocked out of bounds just outside the 50 at about the 48-yard line. That tackle was made by number 12 and number 8 on that play. All right, 49-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 4 from the 49-yard line for the Pioneers. Clock running now, 5:35 left here in the first half of this game. There's the run in the middle of the field. Knocks down at about the 44. Beth Horner in there on the play. Becky Lubon in there on the tackle. So now to be first down for the Cougars, they'll be going from their own 47-yard line. First down now from their own 47-yard line for the Cougars. Come up to the line of scrimmage here. 5:19 left here in the first quarter in a 0-0 game. There's Rennan dropping back, making people miss, and is dropped at about the 39-yard line. So that's about a 7-yard loss as it's back to the 39-yard line with the quarterback keeper for Rennan here. 39-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 18 officially, as in it's an 8-yard loss from Rennan. So when they come back, it'll be 2nd and 18 here as it's a timeout taking, I believe, by the Cougars. Each team may have now having one left here in the first half. Each team having one timeout remaining, 4:51 left here in the first quarter in this gorgeous day here in West Salem, Oregon. The Oregon Cougars against the Capital Pioneers, both teams 1-2, looking to improve to 2-2 on the season and be right there for playoff positioning. So here we go, 2nd and 18 officially from the 39-yard line. They're on 39-yard line. Rennan looking back, passing it, and the pass is not complete. So now 3rd and 18 from the 39-yard line. Brandon wants to know how Brittany Pianki is doing. Well, those stats for you at halftime, Brandon. You can stay with us, but call her name a lot as we usually do in these games. No scoring yet in this one. 4:45 here in the first half now from the 39-yard line as it's 3rd and 18 for the Cougars. There's Macy Rennan dropping back, throwing in the middle of the field and over the head of the intended receiver. As Brittany Pianki was out for the pass on that one, and it is incomplete. It's now 4th and 18 from the 39-yard line. And now 3rd and 18, they'll bring out Horner once again. Horner will punt for the 5th time today. There goes the kick. And that is a good kick, fielded inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Cuts up the field. Big return coming back to the 45 to the 50. Down to the 40, down to the 30. One player left to beat, down to the 20 and pushed out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. And there's a penalty flag down. Let's see who the call is on. That's typically on the return team. And it's an illegal block in the back on the return team. So a huge break there for the Oregon Cougars. That'll be a spot penalty. The flag is there's one at the 44 and one at the 38. So we'll see where they spot this one from. And they're officially spotting the ball. At the – so from the 38-yard line, they go back to the 28-yard line. So that punt actually went for 31 yards before it hit the ground, and then a huge return. So huge return negated by a penalty. Big penalty there on the Pioneers. 4:17 left here in the first half, and it'll be first down for the Pioneers now from their own 28-yard line. That's a huge flip of field, by the way. They would have been at the Cougars 21. So that turns out to wipe out 57 yards of field position. So first down, 28-yard line, there it is. There's the run up the middle of the field, up to the 35, up to, about the 34-yard line. On the tackle in the middle of the field right there, number 64, Brittany Pianki, and 67, Teresa Richardson. So 2nd and 5, they're going quick now. Little pass out to the left side. Right there to make the tackle out of bounds. Becky Lubon with a big tackle for the out of bounds. Now 3rd down. That's officially a no gain on that play. They're going to They're going to call it a 1 yard loss. So actually, it'll be a tackle for loss there for Becky Lubon. And it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Pioneers. Again, a 0-0 game as we come up to a 3rd and 7 for the Pioneers from the 33-yard line of the Cougars. So 3rd and 7. And there comes the run up the middle of the field, breaking tackles, but bounced back at about the 40 now in the middle of the field, grabbing on and not letting go right there in the middle of the field. Was it once again Brittany Pianchi, but 77 is there also. Number 77, Ollie Herbert, right there in the middle of the play as well. So now it'll be 4th and 5, so it could be a big stop here for the Cougars. Fourth and 5 for the Cougars on the defensive side of things. It'd be a big stop here to get the ball back in your own territory, try to break this 0-0 tie. Another big defensive stand here by the Cougars now. The 33-yard line, it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Pioneers. Dropping back, throwing, and incomplete right there on the defense side of the ball. Incomplete and great coverage there defensively by 64, Brittany Pianchi. So turnover on downs now. The 33-yard line for the Cougars is they'll have the ball on offense after the turnover on downs. So they'll have the ball here to start 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Not a lot of punting I've noticed here for the Pioneers. They usually go for it on 4th down, but it's 1st and 10 now for the Cougars from the 33-yard line. Dropping back, looking. Oh, complete for a second, but dropped by Talapu. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33. So the 33-yard line here for the Cougars, 2nd and 10 on the Pioneers' 33-yard line, looking to break this 0-0 tie. Dropping back, Rennan dropping back. Pass complete at about the 30-yard line, pushing forward to about the 28. And Brittany Pianchi out with the catch on that play. Down to the the 28-yard line. 27 officially, so 6-yard reception there from Pianchi. Now it'll be 3rd and 4 now from the 28-yard line for the Cougars. Third and 4, and that's not good. That's probably a false start on the offense, and it is. So that makes it a 3rd and 9 now, as if that's a 5-yard penalty. Third and 9 from the 32-yard line. There's running back, looking, complete, Complete to Pianki. Gets down to about the 20-yard line, just past, so 21-yard line. First down, as that was a 13-yard and a 13-yard reception there from Brittany Pianki. So the last time out of the half taken by the Cougars here. 33 seconds left in the second quarter. So halftime looming in 33 seconds.
Remind you that join us on our next game against Portland Friday Shockwave at Sherwood High School on June 3rd. We're also invited to the after party immediately following the game at Wilderness Brewery, the Woods, right up the road in West Salem.
So both teams 1 and 2, a big drive here being made by the Oregon Cougars. On this drive, Macy Rennan has completed 2 passes for 19 yards on this drive. Now at the 21-yard line, both of those to Pianki. Snap back to Rennan. She goes back, and she is dropped and sacked at about the 36-yard line. 15 seconds and counting here in the first half. It makes you wonder if Coach Hoffman will call another play. A huge loss. That dropped them back at the 36, so a loss of 15. It'll be 2nd and 25. 5, 4, 3. There's going to be the halftime whistle right there. Halftime whistle. Nothing here. The Oregon Cougars and the Capital Pioneers here from West Salem High School here in Salem, Oregon. I'm going to take a little break. I think we're going to get another interview for you here at halftime. If so, Chris will throw it over the sideline reporter, and I'll be back with you very soon.
Before I let you guys go and just relax.
Okay, guys, we're going to try to get a couple interviews here, but we're going to wait a second, and then we're going to try to get a couple here. Oh, shit. Okay, today I'm joined by
Alani Tilapia.
And how do you think the first half of the game went?
It's going pretty good. We could have better.
How do you think your team can improve? How do you think your team can improve?
Just working together more, communicating.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, we're switching X and Z. Charlie! All right, we're going to try to get one more here, guys.
Yogi! You got one?
So you're down to your kind of bounce off them. That'll like it's so much easier. You're gonna get hit anyways. Sit into it. That's what for blocking each other. Yeah, instead of like trying to tackle them, they're not trying to tackle them. They got block them.
Would you mind doing an interview for our Coast to Coast team?
Oh gosh, Liz will.
You want to do an interview for us?
Liz, come on. You got it.
What am I supposed to say?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you first your last name, and then you're gonna tell me how you think how the first quarter or the first half of the game went, and how you guys can improve. Okay, today I'm joined by
Liz Mesa.
And how do you think the first half of the game went?
We're doing all right. We're holding them.
How do you think your team can improve?
Just get our passes in. Get our passes in. That's about it.
Thank you.
Practice.
You have the longest run.
I'm gonna try to get one more in here, guys. Okay, today I'm joined by
Michael Weimer,
and
offensive coordinator.
how do you think the first half went?
Defensive matchup. Our offense can't get moving.
And how do you think your team can improve?
Block better.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna pass it back to you.
All right. We'll be back here in a little bit for halftime stats.
Oh, anyone wondering what's going on? We're just finishing up halftime here. About 3 minutes left in halftime. We got a nothing score here at the end of the first half. Chris, some first half numbers. That last drive, it looked like they were doing pretty well on offense.
Yeah.
Defensively, we got Pionki leading the way with 5 tackles so far, but we also have a couple others that are just behind her as far as tackles go. I got Pionki with 5 tackles in the first half. I have Vasquez with 4. And I have Richardson with 4, so lots right up the middle. There's been a lot of tackles. The Pioneers have tried to pass the ball, but it hasn't gone super well yet in this game. The Cougars doing about the same thing. They were trying to pass the ball a little bit. It worked in that last drive until the big sack that kind of ended the first half.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes left here in halftime, and then we'll have the second half kickoff for you. The Pioneers will be receiving the second half kickoff, and they'll try to break that nothing tie as that goes. We want to thank our side. What?
Well, I was going to say it's been a close game.
It's been a good game. It's been a good game. Kind of slow as far as the scoring goes, but we do want to thank our sideline reporter today. She's done a great job getting us some interviews on the sidelines. Getting the kinks worked out on that too. Again, that's a new element to our broadcast that we haven't done before. So, again, about 1:44 left here in the halftime. As far as the game goes, and we'll get you to the second half kickoff. No scoring in the first or second quarters for either side. No turnovers, though, other than turnover on downs. We saw no interceptions, no fumbles in the first half. So, it's been a pretty clean game, wouldn't you say, Chris?
I would. It's been a clean game, not a lot of penalties. Oregon would have had 2 penalties, but one kind of got,
they did have
back.
one penalty for 5 yards. That was a full start, and they would have had the big penalty on the intentional grounding, but that one got waved off. So, one huge penalty from the Pioneers that made 57 yards of difference in field position was that illegal block in the back on the punt return. So that one was huge for the Pioneers. See if we can get you the kickoff. Kickoff coming up here. Less than a minute left in halftime. Horner coming out to kick off. Kickoff from the 35-yard line, as we know. So get ready for the kickoff. Line it up at the 35. Kicking left to right. If you're just listening right now, kicking left to right. So the kick to the left be received to the right, running up from the right side. So here we're about to kick off the second half. Now 15 up on the clock. There's the whistle to go. There's the kick. Fielded at about the other 35. So nice 30-yard kick. And run out of bounds by a few different Cougars there. Number 8, number 12, all there on the tackle. So seeing if any scoring happens here. Cougars will be on defense once again. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Pioneers from just outside the 50-yard line. As you can see, the ball is placed just outside the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 now. First and 10, handoff right up the middle, and a big tackle there right in the middle of the field. Number 67, Richardson she's pushing for player of the game. She's had a huge game in this game, that's for sure. Number 12, also with an assisted tackle there. Number 12, being Vasquez. So 2nd and 11 now from the 49-yard line for the Pioneers in this 0-0 game. Clock running, 14 minutes left here in the third quarter. Brendan's predicting a turnover. Let's see. There's the snap, handoff right up the middle. Met again by a hole right in the middle of the field. A whole bunch of Cougars. Brittany Pianki with the tackle, and Richardson right there again. That's her 6th tackle of the game. She's been in this one all the way from the beginning, that's for sure. Now the 48-yard line of the Cougars makes it 3rd and 8 for the Pioneers. So now 3rd and 8 from the 48-yard line. So it'd be from the Cougar 48-yard line for the Pioneers. 3rd and 8 as they're at the line of scrimmage. There's the cadence. There's the snap, dropping back, looking right, throwing, and behind the receiver, incomplete. I don't see any flags on the field. I think that could have been close to a face guarding interference call. However, number 8 was right there on the coverage. Number 8, Catherine Alvarez, right there on the coverage to now make it 4th and 8. So will this be the time that the Pioneers decide to punt? They have not punted all game. They have gone for it on every 4th down. It's now 4th and 8 from the Cougar 48-yard line. They have converted on 4th down twice in this game, so it's not like it's unreasonable for them to do it, and they are not dropping into a punting formation. So it's going to be 4th and 8. They're going to go for it. 4th and 8. There's the handoff. Oh, and it looks like an option play, and everyone in the backfield right there, 72, 64, and 22, all in the backfield. 64, of course, Pianki. 72, Shelby Fountain. And 22, Stephanie Martinez, all in the backfield. So Shelby Fountain getting her name into this game here. Cougars take over now. 1st down at the 47-yard line. So the Pioneers' 47-yard line officially is where they place the ball for the 1st down for the Cougars. First down for the Cougars here. And that's definitely a false start on the offense. So that, unfortunately, is their 2nd penalty. That'll drive them back 5 yards. They'll drive them back to their own 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 48-yard line. That one could have been the one that they called in the NFL a few years ago where they said offsides on the offense, everybody but the center, because that is about what happened on that play. But here we go, 1st and 15 now from the 48-yard line. There's Renan back, looking back, throwing, and that's tipped up in the air and batted down very nicely. Number 7 couldn't hold on to the pass, so she very, very wisely just knocked the ball down to make sure that it was not picked off on that play. So now they're on 48-yard line, 2nd and 15. Renan's thrown the ball 10 times today. So the Cougars definitely trying to get the passing game going. And correction, she's passed the ball 11 times today. I apologize for that misinformation. 2nd and 15. There goes the toss up to number 24, who's fighting past the 50 down about the 49-yard line. So Kopitar on the carry. That's a 3-yard carry. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now from the 40. So 4-yard gain. So it's going to be how many completions, Alicia? I have 3. I have 3 completions for 30 yards at this point for Macy Rennan. 48-yard line now. So 3rd and 11 for the Cougars as they come up to the line of scrimmage, which is the Pioneers' 48-yard line. Back goes Rennan. She is going to be – she escapes. Can't escape forever when you have 5 people back there. And the ball is loose. We can see it down the 15-yard line. They are calling that down at the 30. 34 officially is where they're calling her down. So that will be a 18-yard sack for the Pioneers. So Horner will go back for her next punt. She's punted 5 times today. This will be her 6th punt of the game. Her last one went 31 yards. It was the one that was the penalty was negated on, or it would have been great field position for the Pioneers. That one is not as good. That one is rolling and stops at about the 43-yard line. So a 13-yard punt right there from Beth Corner. So the Pioneers will take over now officially at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers already in Cougars territory. 10:57 left here in the 3rd quarter of this game. A 0-0 tie. Again, both teams badly needing this win to get back to 500 on the season. We want to thank West Salem High School for allowing us to have this game out here today. They were gracious hosts, giving us everything we've needed to get going here. A little bit of technical difficulties in the first half, but we have figured it out, and we are with you here. 10:57, 3rd quarter. 1st down from the 43-yard line. There is the handoff running right towards us, and there is the push out of bounds, as you see, number 12 with the push out of bounds right there. Number 12, Vasquez right there with the tackle out of bounds for the Cougars. Vasquez also with 7 tackles today, so she's done a great job on the defensive side of the ball. It probably is going to be hard to pick a player of the game this week. Last 3 weeks have been relatively easy, some players standing out, but this week there's a few players in the running. It's been pretty good so far. Now 10:23 left on the clock as they come to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5. And let's see what that call is. Penalty on the field. And they're saying encroachment on the Cougars. Now conferring to make sure that that's the correct call, awaiting the official call from the white hat here. Still waiting. So now they're picking up the flag and they're saying no flag on the play. That's the 2nd time that's happened today. Yeah, I don't know if they could decipher who jumps first, and maybe that's why they picked it up. But it's 2nd, nonetheless, it's 2nd and 5 now from the 38-yard line, from the Cougars' 38-yard line for the Pioneers. There goes the run up the middle, and she runs to about the 32-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. And that run, again, by someone who's ran very well today, number 00, Alyssa Flores, has done a great job today for the Pioneers. She's going to run very well. But that is a first down now at the 32-yard line. Cougars 32 for the Pioneers. And she was tackled by 64, Brittany Pianchi. There goes the run now down to about the 25-yard line. So now it'll be second down and about 5. Pushed out of bounds there by Becky Lubon once again. Number 00, Alyssa Flores with that 4-yard run, making his 2nd and 6. Cougars hanging in there, still nothing. They've still done a great job holding this to a scoreless game. Now from the 28-yard line. 2nd and 6, 28-yard line. There's the snap. There's the run. Why stop if it keeps working? To Flores once again. Tackled there, number 12 and number 77 in on the tackle. So Vasquez in on the tackle and 77. Ollie Herbert in on the tackle as well. That's her 3rd tackle of the game. So now the 27-yard line will be 3rd and 5 for the Capital Pioneers. 8:15 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. And there's the snap going back. That's a handoff to number 4, tackled by a whole slew of Cougars there. 64 in the middle. Number 77 again right there. And number 79 also. 72 with the tackle. I'm sorry. 72, Fountain getting into the game. Of course, 64, Pianchi right there again with another tackle. Her 10th of the game. 4th down. Will the Pioneers go once again? It's now 4th down and 6 from the 28-yard line. Again, 3rd quarter here, 7:15 and counting as they come to the line of scrimmage for this 4th and 6th play. Back, there's the throw, complete but hit right at the 35 and brought down. 24, Kochevar right there is the first one to hit her, and number 8 also on the tackle. Number 8, Alvarez, is also right there with the tackle. So now 1st and 10 Cougars, they'll have it at the 35-yard line. They take over with 6:54 left here in the 3rd quarter. And that is the 7th turnover on downs now for the Pioneers. And there's a Pioneer player down on the field. I didn't catch what number it was. As they attend to her at the 25-yard line where the line of scrimmage is. Let's give a shout out to the Pioneers. They have an all-women's athletic training team here for the Pioneers. Round of applause for them. That's an amazing accomplishment in women's football. It shouldn't be anywhere else. But let's not forget, these are not women's football players. These are football players. Coach Hoffman has told us that many times. Now up and able to get off under her own power is number 91 for the Capital Pioneers. Samantha Thompson is able to walk off under her own power. So thankfully, looks like she'll be okay. And that's always a good sign. So now 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 25-yard line. Definitely not the rushing attack they've had the rest of the year. That's for sure. They've ran the ball a lot this year. But the passing game has been working in this game also. Although nothing's been working great yet, it's still 0-0. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. There's the snap. And that's another sack for the defense at about the 20-yard line. And that one was on Liz Meza, who was in at quarterback on that play. And it's going to be a timeout for the Cougars now, as they'll have a 2nd and 15 from the 20-yard line.
It's gonna take me back so far.
So it'll be 1st and 15 on the 20-yard line, just outside of the 20-yard line. I got papers flying all over the place here, Chris. Papers flying everywhere as the breeze is starting to come into the press box, which is nice because it's friggin' hot. We got some Texas weather here today. I think it was about 80 when we walked in here, and it was probably closer to 90 inside the press box. So pretty warm as we came into this one. Now the 20-yard line, 2nd and 15 for the Cougars. As we await the snap here, 1st and 15, there's the snap. There's the pitch to 24, Kochever, and she is down. A little bit of a loss now at the 19-yard line, so probably a 1-yard loss on that play. That'll make it 3rd and 16 officially for the Cougars. So it'll be about the 19 and a half is where the line of scrimmage will be. 3rd and 16 now for the Cougars. Again, a nothing game. It's getting intense. It's getting chippy down there in the field. You can see it in these players. Both teams trying to do a great job of keeping the sportsmanship going, but it's getting a little chippy. 3rd and 16. There goes the pitch. And she is dropped for a 4-yard loss on that play is number 24, Coach Alert. 5:25 left. 17-yard line, so a carry of -3. Be 3rd and 18. Beth Horner out now for what will be her 7th punt of the game. She'll be punting from her own 17-yard line on this one. See how far this one goes. Her last punt only going 13 yards. The one before that went 31, so a good punt on the last one. It's been a mixed bag today for Horner. And let's see. Flag on the play. So it's another penalty on the Cougars. That is their 2nd penalty of the game. And that one is a 5-yard illegal formation penalty. So now punting from the 12-yard line will be Horner. There's the punt. That's a pretty good one. It's fielded at the 33 and then dropped by number 7, Alana Talapu. Returned it to about the 27-yard line, I want to say. So a 21-yard punt right there from Beth Horner. The 27-yard line officially will be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers now at the Cougar 27-yard line. 4:25 left in the 3rd quarter. Chris, this game is going quick.
It is going quick. Good game, but it's going quick.
It's a good game. Nothing again is our score here in the 3rd quarter. 4:25 left in the 3rd quarter. And official timeout. Did someone call a timeout? The Pioneers called a timeout. So that is their first one in the 2nd half. They now have 2 remaining for the rest of this game. Chris, the Pioneers don't punt.
No, they don't. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not, but they don't.
The Cougars have punted 7 times in this game, and it's been a mixed bag for Beth Warner. She's done the best she can out there, so we give her all the credit in the world.
I mean, it is 0-0, and it's a close game because of that. But
She might be our player of the game at this point, flipping field position the way she has.
I would think so.
Because she's gotten in on the defensive side too, as the Cougars come back out on defense here. Short field to defend.
Yeah.
As it's at the 27-yard line. The Pioneers taking over the 27-yard line after their return on the punt. So 1st and 10 now for the Pioneers. There comes the run to the right side, out of position with the Cougars. And 64 Pianki with the tackle. Corner out there as well.
Pioneer, first down.
And that's a first down now to the 15-yard line for the Pioneers. And the 10-yard run. The Cougars taking a timeout. Chuck Hoffman does not look happy on this play. And
It's too early to call one. Or at least another one.
all right, so here we come back now on the field. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers from the 15-yard line. We got Tamara here going, go fight, win, Cougars. Thanks for joining us here on Coast to Coast Entertainment. 15-yard line now for the Pioneers. There's the snap, the run coming towards us, going down to the 10, to the 5, pushed out of bounds, hit out of bounds to the 4. Pianki with another huge hit. And unfortunately, a Pioneers player is not feeling the greatest after that hit.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. You want all players somewhat healthy.
Well, I mean, you're all in the same in life.
Yeah.
You're all in the same team.
Right.
We all have families. Marianne Kifferly's joining us from Omaha, Nebraska. Thanks for the watch, Marianne. I'm glad we could help you out with getting that ticker at the bottom. I'm sorry that we had some technical issues earlier, but we definitely appreciate you watching and sticking with us. One of these days we'll work all our stuff out, Chris. We will.
Yeah. It's work in progress.
I will say this year, my favorite game to broadcast was Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Having Tim in the booth with me, that definitely was awesome. Yes, Michael, the score is still 0-0 as you see it scrolling across the bottom there. The Pioneers player is up, number 21. I don't have 21, so that must not be 21. I apologize. 24. So 24, Jessica Schrader is up and walking around on that play under her own power. So that is a great sign there. Now at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal with 3:40 and counting as the Pioneers come up at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal here. So 1st and 10. Now ball hits the ground, picked up, ran forward, runs in, and there's a touchdown for the Pioneers. And we have a Cougar slow to get up, but
Oh no.
she is pulled up, and it's Brittany Pianki. That would have been a huge loss for the Cougars, but she's up and walking under her own power. So now will we see the first kick of the game from the Pioneers, or are they going to go for two? Chris, what's your call?
I mean, I would go for two if I was with any team in this position. But hopefully they go for at least a field goal. The extra point, I should say.
So the Pioneers is called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Ooh.
So it turns out to only be a 1.5 yard penalty because they're at the 3 yard line. So they'll move the ball back to the 4, about the 4.5 on this 2-point try for the Pioneers. Can hear the crowd getting into it now here at West Salem High School. There is the snap. There's the run. Are they going to keep her out? And no, it's a 2-point conversion. So it's now 8-0. Pioneers over the Cougars. 3:19 left here in the third quarter. And for anyone wondering, the unsportsmanlike penalty was a taunting call. I have not seen that called yet. Sorry, so for anyone that want to know, yeah, it was a taunting call. And is there anything that Alyssa Flores can do, or Liz, as Michael put it? At this point, no. There's not really much that she can't do.
So it was a penalty on Oregon?
It was a penalty. I didn't catch the player number, but it was a penalty on. They'll take it on the kickoff, so the kickoff from the 20. So it's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty on the Pioneers.
Oh.
And there is the kickoff. Actually gets it back, picked up at the 40-yard line. Is number 7, Talapu, down to 45, down to the 40, and dropped at about the 45-yard line on the return for Talapu. So kickoff return there for Talapu. So a 15-yard return by Talapu on that play. We'll now have them at the 45-yard line of the Pioneers, where it'll be 1st and 10. Now down 8-0.
One or two.
All right, so timeout here taken by the Cougars. They have 1 remaining now here in the second half, and it's a 1st down. They'll be at the Pioneers' 45-yard line. Trying to go in and tie this game up. in the third quarter, 3:06 remaining in the third quarter.
I think they can tie it up. There's plenty of time still left.
Oh, there's plenty of time in this game. Anything can happen in the amount of time that's left. Macy Rennan back in at quarterback for the Cougars. She's got the ball. She drops back. Little 45 back to the 50. Back to the 45 as you see down to the 35. Where are they going to spot this? 35-yard line. So it's a 20-yard loss. It's going to be – you're going to hear this right. It's going to be 2nd and 30 for the Cougars.
Wow.
2nd and 30.
I mean, I think I saw that once, but
Yeah, that was a big loss.
yeah.
So now from the 35-yard line, it's 2nd and 30 for the Cougars. You heard me right, 30. 2nd and 30. And there's the handoff. Ball on the ground. There's a fumble. And no official word yet on who got. It was recovered by the Cougars. It looked like Trey Zenner jumped on it, number 44, with the fumble recovery, keeping the ball with the Cougars now. Back to the 31-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 25. Fourth and 24. A 3rd and 24 officially.
I was going to say, I thought it was second
It's
down.
3rd. Good job. Good catch, Chris. 3rd and 24 now for the Cougars. That one's almost snapped over her head. There's a bomb down the field, right in the middle. Pass defended. Another incomplete pass for the Cougars. And now 4th and 24. I don't think there's any mystery as to what's going to happen here. Beth Horner's going to come on for her 8th punt of the game. I'm almost running out of room on my stat sheet for the amount of punts in this game. So now 4th and 24 for the Cougars. There's the snap. There's the punt. And it's blocked.
Oh.
And recovered. Now the 22-yard line for the Pioneers. 1st and 10. That is not what the Cougars needed. Back to the defensive side of things now. I'm guessing, Chris, that our Cougars, the MVP of the game, is going to come from the defensive side of the ball.
I would think so too, yeah. Definitely on defense.
So you got the whole crowd getting into the Lose Your Love here that was just played over the loudspeaker. Here we go with the handoff. Stopped in the backfield. Right there, 67 with the tackle once again. Just been right in the middle of everything in this game. A 25-yard line now, 2nd and 13 for the Pioneers. Again, the Pioneers up 8-0 here with 17 seconds left in the third quarter. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Now down under 10 seconds. They'll come and snap the ball here on a 2nd and 13, or will they? And they will not. So that is the end of the third quarter. They'll start at the 25-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 13 when we come back here with you to start the fourth quarter of the Cougars and the Capital Pioneers. So we'll start the fourth quarter, 15 minutes up on the clock, 25-yard line now. Pick 6 coming up as someone coast to coast is calling it. I'm thinking that's mess around Dave, but we'll see. A pick 6 would be nice in this situation. Would definitely help the situation for the Cougars.
I don't know if it's bad or worse, but anything
That wasn't
happen.
good.
No.
That block punt was not good. Here comes the snap, 1st and 10 from the 25. Reversing field coming back up the middle of the field, down inside to about the 15-yard line. Go the Pioneers. Stephanie Martinez in with that tackle right there, number 22. So 3rd and 1 officially is what they're calling it. Not quite a first down. You see the motion. There's the handoff right up the middle. Once again. They'll call it at about the 9-yard line. So first down, now 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. The tackle there, number 26, Becky Lubon in on that tackle. Again, we want to thank our sideline reporter today for getting us some interviews. Halftime added a new element to our broadcast here. And again, I'm doing the best camera work I can. That's going to be a run this way and in for a touchdown for the Pioneers. Right in that corner, right there. So 14-0 now, Pioneers. And I'm going to guess that they're going to go in for two, and they'll attempt another 2-point conversion here. All right, so after the touchdown, now 14-0, waiting the point after before we update the score here. Right now, 14-0 Pioneers. There's the snap. There's the run. Right up the middle, but looks short from here, and it is no good. So it was 14-0 Pioneers. And that was the first score of the fourth quarter. So the Pioneers now, they scored 8 points in that third quarter. They have 6 so far in the fourth. And the Cougars are still stuck at 0, although they played a valiant game today. They keep up in this one, they'll be back on offense.
If everything goes right, they can still get 2 stops and maybe 2 possessions.
I mean, they still got plenty of time in this game. Let's not pretend. I mean, they still do. There's still 13 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game.
They just got to get them falling in the right way.
Say it one more time, Chris.
I said they just need to get things falling in the right way.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all it is when you're down 2 scores, but it is still a 2-score game. So we see 24 Kochevar back to receive, and also 64 Brittany Pianki back to receive the kickoff. There's the kickoff. See, driving back to about the 15, 16-yard line where it's picked up by Kochevar. And run out of bounds at just at the 30. So 14-yard return there. She has 2 returns today for 24 yards. On the kickoff. So 30-yard line, 1st and 10 now for the Cougars. So now coming back on offense here come the Cougars. 30-yard line, the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. 13-15 left in this game. I got an encroachment on the defense here. That'd be a huge penalty.
That definitely helped.
And they're marking it off. It's a 5-yard penalty on the Pioneers for encroachment. So now it'll be 1st and 5 for the Cougars from the 35-yard line. So now they'll take it from the 35-yard line on the 1st down on the far side of the field, far hash mark. Another flag down. And, man, that's a 1st down for the Cougars via penalty. Another 5-yard penalty puts them at the 40-yard line.
Same penalty type.
Another encroachment call. Yep. Take 5 yards at a time. I mean, there's the snap. There's the handoff. And run up to about she's still on her feet. Catherine Alvarez with a huge run, a 3-yard run officially, but I bet she ran about 8 yards total on that play. So 3-yard run will make it 2nd and 7. From the 43-yard line now. So their own 43-yard line. So here we go, 2nd and 7 from the 43-yard line. That's going to be a full start on the Cougars. Saw that one all the way. That's going to drive them 5 yards back to the 30, about the 38-yard line, and it'll be back to a 2nd and 10. Second and 12. And that's another offensive penalty for the Cougars. It's their third offensive penalty of the game. Now at the 37, second and 12 here. Rennan looking, middle of the field, and they're calling incomplete, saying it skipped to the receiver.
I was like for a second, wait, what? It skipped?
What's that?
You said it skipped. I'm like, wait.
Skipped to the receiver.
Oh, okay.
Skipped to the ground, yeah. Like when you skip a rock, it skipped there. Bounced. There's another good word. Bounced. Third and 12 now from the 37-yard line. And another offensive penalty on the Cougars of the 5-yard variety. Killing themselves now with penalties now from the 32-yard line. It'll be third and 17. Got to get to they have it marked right at the 50. So let's say from the 33 is third and 17. Got to get right at the 50 for a first down. Play in the middle of the field, a bunch of defenders right there. Looking for a flag was Talapu. She didn't get one. And here's our team MVP coming on the field. Beth Horner coming on for her 9th punt of the game. This time she will punt from the 33-yard line. That one is it's fumbled. It's mishandled, rolling all the way down to the 25-yard line. She's still on her feet at the 40, where she's met, and it'd be about the 39-yard line where it officially goes down. It was touched originally at the 35. So that was a 34-yard punt by Beth Horner before the return. Again, on her 9th punt of the game. Now to be a first down from about the 40-yard line. The refs are conferring about something. I didn't see a flag down on the field. Oh, there's a flag back at the 26-yard line. This could be a big penalty. Penalties declined. An illegal block in the back against the Cougars. That's an interesting call when they weren't the one receiving the ball. You don't see that very often being called on the non-return team. But nonetheless, it's not a penalty because they pick up the flag and no penalty on that. So first and 10 now from the 40-yard line for the Pioneers. 11-18 to go in this game. I got to think the Pioneers are going to slow it down and just start running the ball. In motion, and then we got a false start on the Pioneers, so it'll go 5 yards back here. 2 people in motion at the same time. And as we all know, that's an illegal formation. So first and 15 now from the 35 for the Pioneers. There's the snap, the handoff, and tackled at about the 46-yard line. So 10 yards on the carry. Now make it 2nd and 5. Tackle right there in the middle, again by Horner, and by 77. 77 again by Ollie Herbert, also with another tackle on that play. And there comes the snap now on 2nd and 5. There's the handoff. And that'll be a first down as she's past the 50-yard line, number 12 with the tackle on that one also. So another Pioneer first down here at the 50. 10 minutes left in this game as the clock is now running. And the Pioneers are not in any hurry to snap this ball.
No. Sadly.
There's the snap, and again, a run right up the middle of the field. Now down to the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. And the tackle in the middle of the field made by 26 Becky Lubon and 64 Brittany Pianki. And she was not feeling well after that play. A little slow getting up, but she is up under her power. And the Cougars elect to take a timeout. I do believe that is their last timeout, and it is their last timeout of this game. 9:29 left here in the fourth quarter. Capital Pioneers over the Oregon Cougars 14-0. It's 14-0 Pioneers here as they come to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5. It's a short 5 because they have to get just inside the 40-yard line. As they're going left to your right, if you're listening here, they're going left to right on the field right now. 45-yard line of scrimmage. There's the snap. There's the handoff once again. Up the middle, number 3, Clarissa Adams. Down to the 39-yard line, another first down for the Capital Pioneers. They're just running this clock at this point. Tackled by number 8, Catherine Alvarez. Now the 39-yard line of the Cougars, under 9 minutes left in this game. And the Pioneers are in no hurry. They come up to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. There's the snap. There's the handoff. There's the run. Stopped and pulled backwards, pulled down in the middle of the field by 64. Who else? Brittany Pianki. So 2-yard gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 8 now. 8 minutes left in this game. It's funny how much time you can take off the clock when you want to, huh, Chris?
It is, yeah.
Now the ball at the 37-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Pioneers. There's the snap. There's the run. going to the left. First down. Knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Number 00, Liz Meza, knocking her out of bounds there. And another Pioneer first down. Clock stops for them to get the ball set, but it'll run as soon as the ball's set, and it's running now. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game. The ball now at the 17-yard line. First and 10 for the Pioneers. And you never say it's over, but things are not looking great right now for the Oregon Cougars.
No. Hopefully.
We need a big stop here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 17-yard line for the Pioneers. 6:45 to go in this game as they get up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. False start on the offense. That'll put them back 5 yards, so that'll help out a little bit to keep them out of the end zone maybe a little longer. Back to the 22-yard line, as it'll be first and 15 now for the Pioneers. Brandon, that's a good question. Lots of new players, I know. And, Macy Rennan missed more than half the season. I think she was gone for 2.5 games. So that's always rough. Now 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in this game. There's the snap, the drop back, the throw over the middle, caught down to about the 11-yard line. And tackled by number 8, Catherine Alvarez. Injury down on the field. It is a Pioneers player that's down at the moment. Clock is temporarily stopped at 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Thanks for joining Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. We're bringing you live the Oregon Cougars against Capital Pioneers here at West Salem High School in Salem, Oregon. Stick with us for 5 minutes after the game, and we'll tell you who our Cougars player of the game is. Yvonne Miller, thanks for the vote of confidence there for the Cougars. You still got this. I mean, there's 5 minutes, 53 seconds left. Anything can happen in that amount of time in football. The Pioneers player is up under her own power and walking off the field. Looks like number 10, Jody Lindman, is able to walk off under her own power. So now it is 2nd and about 6 for the Pioneers. The ball is placed on the 13-yard line, 2nd and 5. There's the snap. Run up the middle, and a nice tackle right in the middle of the field by number 72. Shelby Fountain with a big tackle right in the middle of the field for a 3-yard loss. So it'll make it 3rd and 8 now from the 16-yard. So they're making a stop here on defense, making this difficult for the Pioneers to run this clock all the way down. 5 minutes now remaining in the game. And Yvonne says, yes, Shelby. Thank you, Shelby. That was a great play. 3rd and 9 officially. And what do we got? Penalty flag on the play. walking it backwards. So it's going to be a 5-yard loss on the penalty there for the Pioneers. So now 3rd and 14. So the Cougars pushing back here. So now it'll be on the 21-yard line. They're pushing. The Cougars are pushing them in the right direction. That's for sure. Four minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. It's now a 3rd and 15 after the penalty. There's the snap. Throwing. Almost picked off by number 8, Catherine Alvarez. She was right there. That would have been a big play for the Cougars. But that's a pass defended there by Alvarez. And now 4th down and 15. What do the Pioneers do here? With that incomplete pass, it stops the clock at 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
I mean, they got the lead. They could do what they want to do, but
they could do what they want to do here. I mean, it's 4th down.
If they pass it, it won't, mean anything. But
let's see what they do here now. 4th and 15 from the 21-yard line. They got to get to the 6 for a 1st down. Throws it. And it looks like it is, they're calling it a completed pass. Inside the 6-yard line. 1st down, Pioneers. I thought it looked just short from here, but it's a 1st down. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left. They gamble on the 4th down, and they get this one. You see the ball just outside the 5-yard line here. Motion, there's the snap, there's the handoff. Far side. Looks like a touchdown for the Pioneers. So it's now 20-0 Pioneers with 3:16 left in this game. By the way, on that last play, the tackle was made by number 00, Liz Meza, who was the last line of defense on that play. Playing safety. Let's see if they come in and try to go for a 2-point conversion here, as it's now 20-0.
I'll just go for the kick. But I'm not, in that
There's
situation.
the snap. There's the run. And should we stop short? So they will not get the 2-point conversion. It'll be 20-0. So it's now 20-0 Pioneers. 4th quarter here. 3:16 left in this game. Cougars will get ready to receive the kick. We want to thank Chris in the truck tonight. Chris is back in the truck doing a great job back there. He really fought through that first quarter when we had some camera issues. Did the best he could to get through that with no help. So Thanks, Chris, for keeping it going for us.
No problem.
We appreciate you as always.
These games are fun to do and, to watch. And, it's sad that they didn't get a win. I mean, it's not over yet, but at least maybe they'll get a score coming up.
I mean, you're gonna finish this game as strong as you can. That's for sure. There's the kickoff. It's a low kick, bouncing, picked up by 24. Kovacher at the. That's a big return. She's at the 50, like up to about the 47-yard line of the Pioneers. So a big kickoff return at the 29. So 24 yards on that kickoff return. So just when you need a little spark, like it might not be enough to bring you back in this game, but it give you a spark right at the end to keep it exciting. That's for sure. Don't you agree, Chris?
I do.
Nice 24-yard return right there. Puts it at the 47 now of the Pioneers. So Pioneers 47-yard line for the Cougars. There's the snap. There's the run. Kovacher up to about the 41-yard line on the 6-yard run. That's her 9th carry of the game. I have her at 9 carries in the game. Now down to the 41-yard line, so 2nd and 4 after a 6-yard run. Cougars come to the line of scrimmage here. 2:25 in this game remaining. I say punch it in here in the game on a good note.
Yeah.
Back to Rennan as she drops back to the 50, steps up to the 40. She's up to the 36-yard line, which should be good enough for a first down for the Cougars on a nice run. And that is enough for a Cougars first down on a nice 5-yard run there from Rennan. So now 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Cougars ending on a good note here. Now 36-yard line, 1st and 10, 1:30 left in the game. There's the snap and the handoff, and she's hitting the backfield. That's number 20, Jessica Kifferly. And she's tackled for a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15. So now the 41-yard line, 1 minute left as they break the huddle here to come to the line of scrimmage to the 41-yard line, 2nd and 15. There was a handoff, and then it was mishandled. Kifferly falls on it at the 45-yard line. Officially a negative 4-yard run. It'll now be 3rd and 19 for the Cougars from the 45-yard line. 20 seconds left in this game. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage to get one more play off here. And developing story, the Pioneers have to take a timeout because they were trying to run 2 people off the field, and the Cougars were about to snap the ball. They're trying to play the old Aaron Rodgers there and trying to get a free play. So the Pioneers had to take a timeout so they could get their players off the field. So 10 seconds left here. This will probably be the last play of the game. 45-yard line, 3rd and 19 for the Cougars. One last-ditched effort here to try to end the game on a good note. So here comes the play. There's the snap. Middle of the field. Nice catch by Talapu. She's going. She's going. Down inside the 10, and she's tackled at the 7-yard line.
Ah.
But a 38-yard completion on the last play of the game.
Zero.
38-yard completion to end the game. All right. So that is the final. It is 20-0 Pioneers here as we hit triple zeros. All right. So real quick, I think we're going to go. Chris, who's your vote for player of the game? Chat. Put it in the private chat.
Okay. One second. Okay.
And I got the same as you. So Brittany Pianchi is going to be named our Week 4 Player of the Game for the Cougars. That's her second award for Player of the Week for the Cougars this year.
Yeah, she played well.
Being the Defensive Player of the Year for the season for the Cougars, which will have all those awards for you at the end of the season. Thank you all so very much for watching this broadcast from Coast to Coast Entertainment of the Cougars and the Pioneers. The Pioneers winning this one 20-0. We thank you very much for watching. You all have a great night. We'll see you all next time.